Hello, my name is Omar, and today I want to show you a new feature available in the latest release of the StackHawk scanner. As part of a scan, OpenAPI specification files can be included in your configuration. These files describe RESTful interfaces and can provide a faster and more thorough scan of your application. As part of the new scanner, StackHawk has added OpenAPI spec file linting to catch any problems with your OpenAPI file earlier in your development process. This includes linting in integrated development environments and file validation that occurs when scanning with Docker or the StackHawk CLI. So here in my IDE, I'm using IntelliJ. I have open two StackHawk configuration files as well as my OpenAPI files. The OpenAPI files can be either YAML or JSON files. So here in my configuration files, I'm referring to these OpenAPI files, one for the YAML, one for the JSON. And there's actually explicit issues with these OpenAPI files. So here I have some highlighting that indicates that there's a problem parsing the OpenAPI file here. And so the problem here is that there's a missing colon. In the JSON, I can also check those files, and it's also seeing the same problem. So I'm missing a colon here, and the highlighting goes away if I add or remove the colon, fixing the issue. So you can use your integrated development environment to help you with your OpenAPI files and identify any issues with them and fix them right up before you start scanning. Next, I'll show you how your OpenAPI file is checked while you're running HawkScan. So the first thing I'll do is I'll run the CLI, and this will work in both the CLI and Docker. I'll run that first YAML-based OpenAPI file, or specifically the configuration file that is referencing that YAML OpenAPI file. So I'll just run a scan with it, and we'll see how there's validation during the scan of that OpenAPI file. So the scan looks to start without a problem, but it will start parsing that OpenAPI file. Okay, and so it tells us that there is an OpenAPI configuration error, and it gives us a specific problem. It had a problem when it was parsing this colon, and it was because of the missing preceding colon next to the URL key. And so we could go back to our OpenAPI YAML and fix it and try to rerun our scan. Next, we could try running the configuration file referencing the JSON-based OpenAPI file in the Docker image, and we'll see how that returns. So the scan will seemingly start to begin with no problem, just as it did with the CLI, but we'll have problems parsing that OpenAPI JSON file. And so the output with both the CLI and Docker are going to be the same. But when it comes to the YAML and JSON, the error messages are going to be a little bit different just because they're parsing differently. And so here it's telling us that there is a malformed JSON exception, and it had a problem with the colon. And so we could go back and check our JSON file and fix any of these problems. That concludes this overview of the OpenAPI spec file linting now available in the StackHawk scanner. I hope that you find this new functionality helpful while configuring your scans. Have a nice day.